Today, I'm taking a page from that recipe for the viral cowboy butter, and I'm making it inspired by Mexican-style street corn. This is gonna be good. Over a low heat, here in my pan, I'm going to add 1 stick of unsalted butter right into the pan, and I don't want this sizzling and separating, so once I get this mostly melted, I will eventually shut off the heat. I just want to melt this down. And what I'm going to do is add the first ingredient, and that is 1 large clove of garlic that I grated. I'm going to add that right in. And at this point, if you're making this, you can shut off the heat. The residual heat from the pan, once the butter's melted and you add all the fragrant ingredients, it'll just help everything warm through and become fragrant. Here I've zested 1 large lime. I will be using half of the lime for juice. Here I have 1 teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes, a ½ teaspoon of smoked paprika going in. I'm also going to add 1 teaspoon of that lime Tajin. I love this, and it's so great in this cowboy butter. Here I have around 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh parsley and 2 tablespoons of fresh chives that I chopped. And I'm going to give that a mix. I can already smell the fragrance of this cowboy butter. It's so good. I also like to make this for carne asada or fajitas. Okay, so here I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard. And I'm just going to scrape that spoon. I want all of it. By the way, if you don't have fresh lime, you can definitely use lemon. Okay, so I'm going with half of this large lime, and I'm just going to squeeze the fresh juice right into this pan. And then I'm just going to mix and combine this well. And this is pretty much done. You can taste it for salt, pepper if you want to add pepper, but this is what I do when I want to use this for corn. It's also great for, like I said, carne asada, fajitas, or seafood. So good. I'm going to pour this into a bowl and just let it hang out and let it kind of marry together and cool. And this is done. I'm working with 4 ears of cleaned, sweet, fresh corn, and I'm going to take each ear of corn and I'm just going to chop it right in half. I will repeat the process for all ears of corn. Here I have water boiling, and I'm going to add some salt to that, and I'm going to add the corn that I've already prepped, and I'm going to let this boil for around 4 to 5 minutes. So once you boil this for about 4 minutes, the color will be vibrant. It'll still be crispy but tender. So these are done, and I'm just going to place them in the same bowl. So now let me show you how I make these, and it's really simple. Here I'm just going to pour over all of this fragrant, flavorful cowboy butter for this Mexican street style corn. I've added cotija cheese and dig in. It's so good. And I also want to show you what I'm going to make today. I've already done videos for what I'm going to cook for dinner to go along with this corn, but I thought I'd show you. I'm going to be making barbecue chicken, and it's so simple to make. You can do legs, leg quarters, even chicken breast. So here I've already marinated my chicken leg quarters. Check the description below for the ingredient list for that. So these have marinated. I'm only going to bake 5 today. The other ones I put in the freezer, but I'm just going to add some more Montreal chicken seasoning over the top. Honestly, I'm just eyeballing things today because I have to make this meal. So after you add the extra seasoning on top, leave it on the counter. And you want to let the chill remove from the chicken because it's cold. It will affect the cook time. Here I have some more onion powder and just sprinkle the top of the chicken where the skin is at with extra seasoning and how you like. So what I'm going to do is let this sit here, and at room temperature, just let it remove the chill by setting out on the counter. In the meantime, I'm going to preheat my oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. 400 degrees Fahrenheit on my oven works. You could do 375, but I'm going to put these in the oven, and I'm going to set the timer for 45 minutes to bake. The chill has been removed from the chicken, so it's not going in super cold. The cook time will vary. I'm going to be glazing these with store-bought barbecue sauce, my favorite. Use what you like. So it's been 45 minutes, and the chicken is still not where I need it to be, but at 45 minutes, I'm removing it from the oven, and I'm just going to add the barbecue sauce on top. Now I'm just going to brush over the barbecue sauce all over the chicken, and use as much as you like. And if you have a good homemade recipe, use that as well. So this is going back into my oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for another 20 minutes. Chicken is done. So I'm going to remove that from the oven, and this chicken smells and looks amazing, by the way, and it really isn't that hard to make. So while my chicken thighs or leg quarters are resting, I'm going to make an easy rice. This is pretty much a simple rice. I have preheated oil, 1 cup of long grain rice. I'm going to toast the rice over a medium-low heat until everything is toasty and fragrant. It'll be sort of like a light golden color. And this is what I call just chicken broth rice or chicken rice. Here I have a couple slices of fresh onion, a couple cloves of fresh garlic, and I just mashed them. You could mince them. I'm going to give that a mix. Now I'm going to add a 14.5-ounce can of chicken broth right into the pan. Give it a quick mix. I also like to check for grains of rice on the side of the pan. One time I had a rice video and I left rice on the side, and the comment section was like, the grains of rice. Okay, so now I'm going to cover with a lid. And once it starts to simmer, lower the heat and let it cook for about 15 to 18 minutes, and do not lift the lid. After about 15 to 18 minutes, shut off the heat. Keep the lid on, and I'm just going to set it to the back burner. And you want it to, with the lid on, let it set for about 10 minutes. So my rice has set for 10 to 15 minutes, and it's done. And this is just an easy way to make chicken rice. And that is what I'm making for dinner today. So back to the corn. I can't wait to dig in. This cowboy butter, inspired by Mexican style street corn, goes great on shrimp, chicken, and carne asada. So I hope you give this recipe a try. I hope you like it, and thanks for watching.